Another day, another exciting day here in the Cosmos ecosystem, in the Cosmos world. And today I'm extremely excited, looking forward to my conversation with Liam, who is the CEO of Stafi. And Stafi is basically trying to liquidate stakes, right? So that's a major narrative in DeFi, that you can basically reuse your staked assets while at the same time you're providing security for the underlying proof of stake chain. So we'll be learning about all of this today, and also how you guys develop a solution for Atom, right? That's what a lot of people looking forward to. But before we get into all those things, man, thanks for taking the time. How is everything going?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So before we get into how the product works and what benefits there are for users, and also some security questions, can you give a brief context about yourself and also about the team behind Stafi, how you guys started everything, the origin story, and how everything works at Stafi?
Yeah, sure. So hello guys. This is Lim. I'm the co-founder of Stafi Protocol. So Stafi Protocol is a DeFi protocol that unlocks the liquidity of state assets. Most of the team members behind the protocol are devs with a habitat teams and more focused on the development of staking derivative. I used to work as a product managers in an internet company and have joined crypto since the early 2018. And one of my colleagues introduced Bitcoin to me. I'm obsessed with its vision, and decided to put all my effort to fulfill the decentralized goals of Satoshi, after diving deep into the details of Bitcoin. So I quit my job and started my career as a staking service provider at the beginning. So this the provider's name is Vays. Vays have provided 30 kinds of staking services like Ethereum 2 and Cosmos, Tezos, Solana, and etc. And it's still open to provide node running services for the institution and the projects. And during the last 3 years, we were all maximalists on the proof of stake, and always insist on our role to the staking industry. We believe proof of stake will be a mainstream in crypto, and we grow upsell from lending it. And also we are doing researches, hosting meetup, writing papers, educating the communities, and also providing services. So our team know validating, and we know staking rich experience leads us to the staking derivative. So we created Stafi in 2019, early 2019. So to stop the contradictory relationship between the token liquidity and mainnet security. Yeah, that's a brief introduction of the team and myself.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like that you made crypto your career decision, and it seems like you have a strong background in staking, which is obviously very helpful for the product that you guys are building in terms of staking derivative, like you were saying. But so I think, or I actually know there's many people, because I get asked a lot, especially from the Cosmonaut community. They're like, man, what is this liquid staking thing? What does it actually mean, right? And I think, like you were just also saying, that proof of stake, like the whole consensus logic, is going to be predominant, right? I think proof of work is kind of a thing of the past, right? Bitcoin has it, it works. Ethereum is dumping it and switching it over to proof of stake. So before you explain what liquid staking is, can you maybe come from that angle, that you explain a little bit what is the from a user perspective, what is kind of like the downside that you have when you stake your assets and when you lock them, right? Because, for example, on Polkadot or on Cardano, or not on Cardano, Polkadot and Cosmos, you have a 3 or 4 week unbonding period and you can't do much with it. Can you maybe expand a little bit on that, and then explain also what liquid staking in that context means?
Yeah, so liquid staking, so we like to call it staking derivative. So it's a new concept. So it's really, I think it's a new concept for the people to understand it. So you indicate the derivative of state assets in the normal staking process of POS projects. You stake your tokens to prevent from prevent your value from dilution by earning inflated reward, right? So while but the stake token are locked on the consensus, as you mentioned. So locking period is an important feature that set POS apart from the POW consensus. In the stake models, the system has a stability requirement for token stake, which is used to prevent some attacks, such as the lone ranger attack, no ranger attack, nothing at stake. This is also a problem of computational fragmentation. So the token have been staked and they are locked by the system for a certain period. So although the token holder can initiate or unlock at any time, but the token will still be untradeable during the unlocking period. That's to say, holder still can have the risk of value fluctuation of the token at any phase. This is underlined by the contradiction between the mainnet security and token liquidity, as I mentioned before. So the paradox, to a large extent, cause problem in both ways. Many people are free to stake because it's too risky if the mainnet fluctuates, if the market fluctuates. So why the POS system needs stake to provide security to the consensus. Without higher staking ratio, the consensus used to be attacked, right? So in the history, there are many cases. You can read. So Stafi provide a secure solution to address the conflict between the mainnet security and token liquidity in the staking model. The token holder get a liquid staking when they are staked tokens. Equivalent value of our token will be issued to the staker. For example, if a user stake 1 atom, so you will get the corresponding amount of R atom in return. So R atom represent regular use of tokens and the ownership of atom stake on the original chain or on the Cosmos chain. So at the same time, our atom can be traded at any secondary markets, DEX like Uniswap, Curve, Pancake, and can list our token pair. But unlike atom that stay and locked on the original chain, tradable atom, our atom has no lock period. So, but it still keep generating use because it stay on the consensus, right? So it means the ownership of the staked atoms in the Cosmos. So as a result, holder of the item no longer need to bear the risk of volatility and make timely judgment on the market condition. And not only does it include items, Stafi also build the staking contract to connect different POS chains. Currently, Stafi launched Ether for the ETH 2.0 and R.Dot for Procotol and etc. So the Stafi protocol give holder more rights during the due to the financial motive, a holder will join the stake contract for staking for the risk no longer exists. So this will serve as a dowering to the stake rate. Theoretically, projects that are decentralized enough will increase the staking rate over maybe 50%. So while at the same time maintain the liquidity over 50% with the help of the Stafi protocol. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of things that you said, a lot of good things there. To summarize, I think the main point that you guys try to resolve, the main pain point, is that there's this kind of conflict in interest or in incentives, basically, that users have to choose: do I want to decrease my volatility risk? Do I want to be less exposed to the volatile nature of that crypto asset, or do I want to secure the chain, right? And you guys fix that because you still enable securing the chain, but you also enable liquidity, right? So you can trade that for whatever. You can do DeFi with that, right? On So I think that's the key thing to really understand here. It drives much more interaction as well, and other yield opportunities, right? So that's the key thing to understand. But before we talk, obviously, more about how your solution works and what users have to do in order to get access to that, obviously with focus on Atom, talk about, so you guys have your own chain, Stafi, right? It's built on Polkadot substrate. Not on a Cosmos SDK, but that's fine. So can you talk about why did you choose Substrate? What benefits do you guys have, and what is the long-term goal for Stafi for you guys? I think probably you want to build a secondary marketplace for a lot of derivatives, or what is your plan in the long run?
Yeah, sure. So actually, Substrate and Cosmos SDK are both great framework that can fulfill the goals of Stafi developments. But back to 2019, there are many challenges we're facing. Those challenges are all about platform development, risk, and governance. So the first challenges we are facing is choosing a good platform. So the choice of the platform will determine our choice of the framework. So there are 3 platforms that can be chosen. The first one, when we decide to choose the platform, there are questions that emerge. So the first one, should all the staking contract be deployed on new chain, or the second one, should all the staking contract are deployed in a different original chain? So if we choose the second way, we will have a token standard problem, because the platform have several language and layers and learning and also learning take times, and also our token will be different. We're totally different due to the different platforms. So you will have the maybe SEP token standards in Solana, or the ERC20 token standards in Ethereum. So also you have different standards in Cosmos as well. So, and if we choose the first way, the token standard problem will not exist. So right. So, but the new problem will be emerge as well. So the new problem is different depending on the platform, though there are limit options we can select. The first one is Ethereum, the second one is Substrate, the third one is Cosmos DeFi. So almost all DeFi infrastructure are built on Ethereum, and the base assets are ETH20 tokens, and those are Ether, DAI, and stablecoin, and others. And if our token is ETH20 and the staking contract is built on Ethereum, our token will be easy to accept the existing ecosystem. So they can be exchanged, they can be used as a collateral or any other cases in the Ethereum. But due to complexity of the staking contract, management of the assets will be executed by the validators. While Ethereum is POW consensus, we can do a customer request to the miners right now, which means staking contract cannot be built on Ethereum. While our choice is limited to Substrate and Cosmos DeFi, they are totally different tools. After we dive into the details, and we realize that Substrate is our maybe a better option at that time. We are going to build an independent chain, but powertrain compatible chain to fulfill our targets. And our token will be one kind of standards and one kind of a token standard. So we are going to build a bridge to connect it to the Ethereum, even Cosmos, and or use the interoperability of Procotol to make connection. So that's it. So at that time, I think Cosmos, the team behind the Cosmos case is unstable because there are some humors at that time. So, and also the founders, John Wong have left the team, so something like that. So maybe for us, for startups, the Substrate, we like it, the grow developments, gradually investments.
Yeah, I think 2019 was definitely a different time, right? It was the deepest bear market in crypto. I remember back then I was living in China, and it was capitulation phase. Everybody was really depressed. It was really hard to navigate through the market. And I think also, like you're saying correctly, I think Cosmos was also completely different back then, right? Stargate only launched in February 18th of 2021, right? And with it, we launched IBC. Now, Gravity Bridge, which aims to bridge Ethereum to Cosmos, is coming sometimes this month. I think now we see that Cosmos is gaining real traction. And I think what you're alluding to is that Polkadot back then already was on the map, right? It was already being talked about a lot more. So that's always the case in crypto, right? It's such a niche industry, and sometimes you hear about this project first and you're like, man, that's interesting, you know, let's start there. But I think nevertheless, both Polkadot and Cosmos are actually aiming to build this internet of blockchains, right? I think Polkadot is the XCMP or whatever protocol, which is like the IBC for the Polkadot world that aims to connect other chains together, right? It's very inclusive, and that's what I like about both ecosystems, actually. Even though I spend much more time researching on Cosmos, but so we talked a lot, or you talked also a lot about Cosmos, and I know you guys have recently gained much more traction also in the Cosmos ecosystem. I've seen you on what was it, a YouTube session or a podcast or some interview with one of the core people behind Cosmos and the Cosmos community. And you also have a partnership with IrisNet, if I'm correct. Some collaboration with them. Can you expand on what Stafi's role in the Cosmos ecosystem is, what partners you have? Maybe talk a little bit about CoinSwap, which is the decentralized exchange from IrisNet, and what collaborations you have going on there.
Yeah, sure. So it seems that the Cosmos team have catch up with the development. So it seems a big progress in the Cosmos ecosystem. So for the partnership, so we have launched Atom for Cosmos, right? So Atom holder can stake their Atom via Stafi, so and get our Atom in return. So we're building use cases for Atom. So our Atom can be integrated in Cosmos ecosystem, play a role as the underlying assets. It's our target. So the first one, during the launch of the IBC, the Cosmos DK base projects can communicate with each other, right? So especially for the token transfer. So IBC directly form some DEXs built upon on different hubs. So we not only include the osmosis and the CoinSwap, and I also see some news on the of the gravity DEX. So the some DEX because of the IBC, so DEXs are built upon on the one different hubs. So provide liquidity for our token is one of the important use cases. We're integrating our Atom in its eco is a main way to get our Atom adopted. So Stafi have teams up with CoinSwap to list our Atom pair in the near future. At the same time, Stafi have many talks to the other DEXs based on the Cosmos, just like I mentioned, the osmosis and gravity. I think it is possible to list the Atom when they are DEXs as well. So also we would like to do the core marketing and core incentive program to boost the liquidity at the ecosystem of the Cosmos. But except for the Atom, except for the liquidity stuff, we have built a standard staking derivative framework for unlocking the state assets of Cosmos DK base projects. So projects like Terra, BAM Protocol, Akash, even Binance Chain, etc. So I easily integrate into the Stafi solution. We like to call it our tenement solution. So we will soon launch we will soon see the launch of our Luna, our BAM, our AKT, and others. Most of the launch will depend on the eco development of the project itself, because we like to hear the feedback from the community when we launch the item on the Cosmos ecosystem. So with more projects built up on Cosmos DK, we consider offering technical support and grants for those projects who wants to adopt a liquid staking solution of Stafi. So this solution will be helpful and easy to be integrated, and projects can be easily to get their art token by integrating several lines of code, like the Google Analyst, the code in the website. So this is a big program, but it will take time and efforts. But once it's done, we will see the prosperous growth of Cosmos staking derivative in the coming years. I think that's the relation between the Cosmos.
And I think that's a strong bet, because like you were mentioning, those projects, Luna is a top 20 coin or top 30 coin.
Yeah.
Then they have UST, right, which is their stable coin, huge. Even Kava, Akash, right, they're gaining more and more traction. Yeah. I think there's very strong projects in the Cosmos ecosystem. They're super well funded. They have a huge community. They have product market fit, right? They have actual real world demand and tech integrations as well. And what I like also is they're kind of like all supporting each other, right? Probably that's the case now for you as well as you get started, maybe more with IrisNet. I think you guys have been working with them recently. But that's what I like about it. You know, they're all kind of like mutually supporting each other.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. But so can you talk a little bit more in simpler terms? Right now, okay, let's say I have right now my Atom staked on Kepler, right? Delegated to one node, random node,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what can I do in order to use your product? What do I need to do as an end user? Where do I need to go?
Yes.
Website? Where do I have to click?
Yeah, so there's the app that we that develop our teams. So the item holder can use the Kepler, the Chrome extension, to connect to the app. So you only need to click some buttons and put input the state you want to, the amount state you want to stake, and then you just wait for the transaction complete, and then you will get the item in returns. It's very easy. But if you have staked your atom to one validators, so you have to restake, you have to unstake, and then you can use the app, because because the atom means the ownership of the state atoms. You have to use the staking contract to stake your tokens. So that's if you holder that just brought Atom from the exchange, and you can go and directly use it. So that's very simple.
Okay, so you have to have Atom liquid on your Kepler extension, and that means it's non-custodial. Means that you do not hold the atoms, right? It's non-custodial, so there's no risk on that end. But so, and then I can put those liquid atom that I have onto your platform, basically, or not on your platform, but through Stafi, and then it gets automatically delegated to random validators. Or how does that process then work? Which validators get these atoms then?
So basically, we're building a selecting algorithm to delegate the stake from the staking contract to different to the random validators. We will evaluate we will have a score to evaluate different performance of the validators. So, but currently we just because the items really limits. So there's small amounts that on a platform. So we just go directly and select the validator we think they have a good performance, but it's random. There's no so we select it from the scan. So we check the stats of their history, and also the slash records and something like that. So, but the 2.0 algorithm and the 2.0 version of the algorithm will select the validator randomly and automatically to maximize the reward of the stakers.
So as a staking node operator, which I have a node, by the way, so I hope you're delegating a lot to my node.
Sure.
As a staking operator, what can I do to maximize my chance to get delegations through Stafi?
You have to make sure you have a right setting and didn't mix two blocks, and make sure you didn't have the slash records. All the data that all the data that record in the one chain that will be used to calculate the score of the performance of our validators. So it's a random. It's random and automatic algorithm. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how to get a higher stake delegate to you. So you have to follow the rules of the
Which is actually a really cool thing, because you're basically incentivizing honest validators, right? And you're basically punishing bad validators. So which makes the chain even more secure in the end of the day. So just to wrap up the topic around this validator thing, just to make clear, because you just said for the second version, it will randomly assign to any node, any validator in the Cosmos network. And currently, I think there are 125. Does it really mean those 125 randomly according to their uptime, obviously? Or is it just capped to the top 50 or top 30 or top 20?
So it's not undecided yet. So we just upgrade and optimize those algorithms to maximize the reward. Because if we delegate the stake to a validator out of the 125, the validator list, so maybe the stake will not get the rewards, right? So it will not follow the rules that we would like to maximize the stake reward. So many details to be explored, and so we'll just upgrade and maximize that.
All right, so talk a little bit about the security aspect, right? Because a lot of people are a bit cautious when it comes to derivatives and DeFi applications, right? Is there what would be some risks that users have, and how do you ensure that the R tokens that you receive are also going to be redeemable back again? Because there's some bridge mechanism, right? So can you talk about the security mechanism and also the decentralization of that bridge potentially?
Yes, so there's many details to be told. So I'm going to use the ETH to act example, right? So there's many risks. Those many risks, please be aware of the following potential risk. So the first one, same as the DeFi projects, the smart contract security. So maybe some will attack your chain, or attack your contract, something like that. So how to prevent it. So we use the audit. The auditor will audit our codes, and then that's the first way to prevent our from attacking. And the second one is the redemption risk, because the Ether 2.0 will not support transfer and redemption until the phase 2 goes live. So the redemption of our token will follow the timeline. So it will lead to a result that if the liquidity of our token is not if is not sufficient, so maybe some discount of the price. There's a discount of the price at the secondary market. So the third one is the adoption. So if we're trying to build the use cases for the item. So for the item ETH. So if the ETH cannot be adopted by as many as many projects as possible, so there's a limit use cases for items. So you just stake your tokens, and then you hold the R tokens, you got nothing. So you have to redeem the item finally, so to gather the item back. So that's the fourth one. The fourth one is the slashing. So if you are validators, right? So if the validator it's like being malicious or being being malicious, so there's a slash will occur. So currently the algorithm is to make sure the validator will we select the right validators, right? So that's important. If the validators get slashed, so the mechanism of the Stafi will share the risk with the validators. So also we are talking to insurance protocol that they may provide a slash insurance for the stakers. So the Stafi protocol and the foundation of Stafi will buy some coverage to prevent some of the losses, so potential losses. So So that's the way we solve the slashing risk.
Okay.
And
yeah, you talked about the use cases as also a potential risk, right? Because what's the point of getting our tokens if there's no use case for it, right? No way to earn yield. Can you talk about some tangible applications that are either already live or that you want to build and want to provide or want to connect to? What could I do with my R token, with my R atom? Let's stick to atom. What can I do with my R atom?
Yeah, so basically we are limited. The item is limited because the DeFi on the Cosmos is not that good as not that great as Ethereum. So we can build. Yeah, that's the questions. So if we want, the only thing we can provide the use cases is the liquidity. So we just talked about the partnership with the Construct, Osmosis. So that's the first step we want to connect it to. So once the liquidity problem is solved, there's the people won't worry about the price and the trading of the item. So and then we can push the launch of the item to be a collector in the DeFi of on the Cosmos ecosystem. We are waiting for the use cases that have been built in the Cosmos ecosystem, so it can connect it to them. So
and what is the timeline for that? Is that something that is coming in July or August, or is it taking to the end of the year?
So I'm not sure. So it depends on the development of the Cosmos ecosystem as well. Yeah, itself, right? So we need the development to build the use cases of DeFi, one Cosmos ecosystem, so that we can connect it to them. So as our understanding, so according to our experience on Ethereum, so once we launch the Ethereum one Ethereum, so we can connect it to Curve to launch the ETH farming program on Curve, so people can farm CRV and fees at the same time when they provide the liquidity there. So also Yan Finance have launched its strategy to farm a higher yield if you provide the ETH into their contract. So also there are some other small projects that in the polygons we have connected to. So they are both projects are so many of the projects are focused on the lending or the minting stablecoin, something like that. So all the process all the cooperation are in progress. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds interesting. And you just mentioned also the FIS token, right? So you guys have your own token, which is running on the Ethereum. It's an ERC20 token, right? Or is it?
No, it's a native token. So, but you can use the bridge to connect it to Ethereum, so it can be swapped to ERC20.
Okay. And it's already listed on Binance. So how did that come? And do you have any partnership with Binance, or how did you get on Binance?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. And I think staking derivative is a trend. We believe in it. So I think Binance listing teams knows it as well. So there are not so many projects focused on this space. Stafi is is the first one, I think, and it's leading the way. So later comers are following Stafi. So to be honest, so some even make copies, but we do not know. But we do no idea nothing. So we keep building protocol and make it open to the public. So we did not have a partnership with Binance. We got noticed by the team, and one day FIS was listed. We didn't know any details of it. So they will never tell the projects that when they will list the tokens. So all the effort we made has been seen, I think. So I think that's the reason. That's the reason FIS got listed. So and FIS. Do you want me to extend?
Talk about the utility a little bit and the use cases of FIS. Yeah.
Okay, so FIS is the native token Stafi Protocol because FIS is an independent chain. So we have our own validators. So So fees to Stafi is similar to the dot to polkadot or the atom to Cosmos. So prevent system abuse and value capture. So there's many. There are four main way that fees can be used to. So the first is staking. So because the chain need security, so we have our own staking derivative office. So yes, so that's the so office build the fundamental for the substrate-based projects. The substrate-based project can use our solution to deploy their own staking solution. So staking derivative solution. So same as the Cosmos DeFi projects. The second one is the second one is the fee. So transaction fee. So it's similar to the fee in Ethereum. So no more details. So the third one is one-chain government. Also, it's the same. So the fourth one is the important one. So we can capture the values. So because we provide the liquidity solution for the stakers, we will charge a small fee from the staking reward amount, charge a small amount from the staking reward. So the staking reward will input into a treasury, and the treasury will be used to distribute directly to the the fees holder, or used to buy back, burn the fees from the secondary markets. Yeah, that's our tokenomics. So you have to build the use cases. So
and does it have an inflation, or is it is it capped?
Sorry?
Does FIS have an inflation, or is it capped?
It's inflation. So 10% of the first year.
Okay. But yeah, I think what I'm just thinking now is that since you guys have your own chain, your own ecosystem, your own token, your own network, maybe in the future it could also be that you have your own exchange that brings together all this liquidity from those R tokens, right? And then you have your own basically staking derivatives marketplace or something like that. I think that would be an interesting idea, with also maybe liquidity rewards in FIS tokens, right? Or something like that. So that's interesting.
Yeah, we are trying to build one. So you know so we are trying to build one. So we're going to launch it soon.
Nice. All right, I think that was really cool overview and insights on what you guys are building at Stafi, and how Cosmos or Atom users, but also from other chains, could benefit from this in the future. Obviously, this is still very early. Man, if you think about it, July 2020, this was the time when synthetics and compound were just born, right? So 1 year in, and now we're already talking about very deep things here with staking derivatives and those kind of things. But yeah, thanks for taking the time. If there's any final words or anything that you want to share, either how people can find you or anything that you're super excited about that is coming up, then please share some information here.
Yeah, so I would like to recommend using the R token product directly. So it's easy to use, and you will know how great the product is. Yeah, so the portal link is very simple: app.stafi.io. So you can go and directly use it. So the 2021 is most important years for staking derivative, because the Ethereum is switching to proof of stake. So that will bring a large TVL into the staking industry. So especially for the staking derivative industry. So we're definitely looking forward to it. So that's it.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and I will also leave the link to your website, and also I think to your Telegram group. If there's any questions, people can also go in there and ask. Thanks for your time, and we'll keep in touch, definitely. I'll also play around with the products, and looking forward to see more use cases also for our Atom.
Yeah, thanks for the interview. Thanks for Cryptocito.
Cryptocito, yes, man. Thanks. Take care, and we'll keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Bye. Have a good day.